Hi, I'd just quickly like to introduce Kate Owen, Country Manager for Immediate. She's going to talk to you about cookies and what's happening and the changes and how we're going to deal with it. So,
thanks very much, Ben. Okay, jump up here. Already. So as I said, my name's Kate Owen. I'm working for Immediate, which is a Scandinavian ad serving solution provider for those of you who may not know the company yet. We're a market leader in ad serving solutions in the Nordic region and expanding into the UK right now. In the Nordic region, most of the, many of the publishers and clients that we work with tend to be publishers that own their own inventory, or at least manage a ring-fenced area of inventory. So that's where we see quite a lot of targeting going on, quite a lot of premium sales going on, quite a lot of high-quality inventory, and see these publishers and these media owners trying to maximize how they're selling that to make the most out of that valuable inventory. Which is why this man is going to be relevant for all of us and all of you who find yourselves in a similar situation after this date, which is pretty soon. What's happening on that date is that some new EU legislation is coming into practice. Most of you probably will know about it. We work with cookies now. What it does is will restrict the way in which cookie-based information is able to be gathered, and will probably make it much more user opt-in rather than user opt-out. That means that your readers will be faced with quite a lot more, possibly faced with more active requests. May we gather data on you? If I'm anything to go by when I get asked that question, I usually say no. Definitely not. I'm okay being anonymous, thank you very much. I do like cookies. I like what they do for me. I like the fact that I don't have to remember any of my login passwords. And I also like the fact that I'm going to get content, or perhaps advertising that's more relevant for me. I think that's absolutely a benefit for me as a user. Still, my gut reaction is sort of, oh God, no. Just let me get on with surfing anonymously, thanks very much. So, as I said, this commissioner is, yeah.
Sorry, really quick question. Is it the EU issue? Is it a directive or is it legislation?
It's legislation.
It is legislation.
Yes. I hope I'm informed correctly, but I think it's legislation, yeah. This guy is the information commissioner, so he's going to be in charge of ensuring that that's being met correctly. What he doesn't know yet, or what they don't know yet, is how they're actually going to enforce this. So, as I say, we don't really know what's going to happen after May the 25th, but we do know that it's going to change the way that cookies are able to be used in advertising. So, if any people in the room are actually making money at the moment out of cookie-based advertising, then it's probably a good idea to start looking at some alternatives if you haven't already, and to get familiar with using those alternatives in the best way. And that's probably not the right strategy, but I'm sure you're all aware of that. So what I'm going to focus on today is a couple of sort of pragmatic alternatives. My personal background, I used to work for an ad network company in Germany, heading up publisher relations, and what we were very good at is something that Immediate technology that Immediate has inside its ad server, and that's semantic targeting and semantic content recognition. So that's something I know something about. There are loads of other techniques, but that's one that's, I think, very useful, and focusing on content rather than focusing on the actual user themselves can be a very viable alternative for the same types of clients. So why do this? I think that's fairly obvious. The premium segment is certainly worth holding on to for as much as you can. The better the targeting techniques, the better that you can employ those techniques, the better you can combine them, the better you can help clients understand that this is going to help them, the more you can maximize the potential out of that content that's so expensive, basically, and so valuable to produce.